Hello, in this walkthrough, we're going to be looking at how to use MGID to run your native ads. So let's get right into it. Now, if you're going to be using Chrome browser to set up your ads on MGID, you're going to set up your MGID account. I would suggest you do so using the Chrome incognito mode. That is the best mode to use it for MGID. However, if you're using Opera browser as your browser of choice, you don't need the incognito mode to access the MGID platform. Alright, so let's move on to the MGID platform. This is the web address for MGID. Alright, so now if you've not yet created your account, this is where you create your account. Now, since you're going to be advertising your product or services using the platform, you pick this as your option. And if you're going to be doing it as a publisher, that is, you write articles and you want to use MGID to drive traffic, that is, add traffic to your published blogs, just like AdSense does, you can use, you pick this as your option. But to get better understanding of what these options represent, you can click on these tabs here, any of these tabs here. For advertisers, this is the tab. For publishers, of course, this is the tab. So now for advertisers, let's click on this. Now it's telling us to get started. Okay, but then you scroll down and see where it says to log in, to create an account. Okay, so this is what you need to hit on. Alright, but since I already have an account, you put all the necessary information here to get started. But since I already have an account with MGID, all I need to do is to go to log in. So proceed to enter my login details. Login details and hit sign in. Alright. Now it will ask you to confirm your identity. Now, confirmation of identity seems a bit problematic on MGID at the moment. I don't know why, but if you feel it's important to confirm your identity, the first thing you should do is to get in touch with the next best thing to do is to get in touch with their support system. All right, to access support, you come here and hit support. All right, enter whatever you want to enter, the information you want to enter, and then wait for them to get in touch with you. Now, MGID is a native advertising platform already. We know that. So, most times the way they run their campaigns may not be exactly as similar as Facebook and Google Ads. All right, but in the end, it is a PPC advertising platform, just like Facebook, just like Google Ads, just like X.com, that is X Ads, all right? It's the same in the end. Okay, so now for settings, to set up your account, all right, so you can see my information. So let me remove this young man here. So all the necessary information needed to get me my account set up and running here, or is here. So now for notifications, this for profile information. For notifications, you set it up here. Then next most important thing is your billing. So you can set up your billing settings here. Okay. This is my billing setting as at back then. So at the time I created the account. So there is no automatic billing yet. Set up automatic billing to ensure seamless campaign work. Your account will be charged automatically once account balance reaches the limit you set. So for that, you will do this. Okay. Is this not responding? It's starting to save actually, so okay. Come back to this later. Okay, add funds. Add funds. You go to add funds to add necessary information by your billing. You go to add funds. So and decide how you want to pay. This card has actually expired, so add new card. All right, so that is how you add your payment method. Okay, just hit here, add funds, and then you add your payment method. Now to set up ads on MGID, you start with creating a campaign. You start with creating a campaign. First, you enter a campaign name. Then you pick an objective, campaign objective. Now for campaign objective, what we're planning to do here is to promote a product or service. We are not promoting content. We are not promoting push notification. That is where you send alerts, email alerts, post alerts, as push notifications on desktop to your subscriber or browser pop-ups and all that for your subscribers, or search feed. No, these are not the options we need to select. So for this, we just select product promotion, and this will help you to promote this is the objective: best for promoting products, best for promoting services, for lead generation. This is the best option to pick, the best campaign objective to pick, rather. Then now the platform suggests you leave this particular option on. All right, this is to optimize your bids and maximize return on investment. So what is the advertiser name? Again, This is a dummy name, alright? Ad tester. This is a dummy name. Alright, so now that we have done this, the next thing we want to do is to pick the target countries. You can pick as many countries as you want. So let's do 3. 1. There's Ghana. There's Kenya. Right? Okay, so that's done. And now you can pick the cities also of these countries. Now, as you're making your picks, on this side of the screen, of the interface, you'll be seeing the daily impressions, potential daily impressions. So if we're going to be picking cities will further reduce the daily impression. So we're not doing that here. So now we need to pick the platforms we want the ads to show. That is the devices, actually, not platforms now. The devices we want the ads to display. So either desktop, mobile, tablet, or smart TV, whichever one we pick, it is advised to pick one device per campaign. Alright, so one device per campaign, not all. This is because every ad displays differently on different device. So mobile ads will show differently on mobile ads. Desktop ads will show differently on desktop ads, the display and everything. So according to MJID, for better performance, we recommend running different campaigns for mobile and desktop users. Mobile and desktop usually require different CPC and have different amount of potential traffic. So it depends on what you want. But if you don't want to cut this out, I will still recommend you remove Smart TV. Okay? Recommend you remove Smart TV. Again, this is a thing of choice. It's a thing of choice. So, but then you can use all of them and run the ads on all the platforms at once. There is no problem, but it is recommended you pick one per campaign setup. Alright, so now the next thing you want to do is a connection type. You want to just target people using Wi-Fi or using carrier, that is GSM service providers. So if you want to be specific, you can pick any of this, but it is best you work with this. So let's see what happens to the daily impressions. I will pick Wi-Fi only. I will pick carrier only. Alright, so let's go for all connections. If you pick carrier only, those who connect to Wi-Fi will not see your ad. If you pick Wi-Fi only, those who connect to carriers will not see your ad. So the best thing is to pick all. Then the next thing you want to do is to pick your ads. Now, target specific groups of people by including or excluding retargeting audiences, first-party data that is from you, or demographics and interest, third-party data. Note, the more parameters you select, the narrower your campaigns reach will be. So, there's nothing here for now. There's no retargeting group. So now And that is clear. We proceed to contextual targeting. This is where you do your narrow targeting. All right. So let's go here. Okay. So each interest or demography may have sub-interest and sub-demography. So what you do is you just come here, you look for what the particular interest you want to target. For example, personal finance. That's too low, right? Real estate. Okay, let's do personal finance. I think I saw finance somewhere. Finance and something finance. I saw finance somewhere. Is it banking and finance? No. Business and finance. So let's pick business and finance. Okay. Let's see. It was too low. So, okay. But let's see what this is. So impressions reach is too low. We recommend expanding your targeting settings. Okay, so take this. Let's see. Okay, so you can even target people who are looking for remote jobs here. All right, so but that's not what we're here for, right? So, but you can also pick that if that is what you want to target. There's also, yes, under business and finance here, there is e-commerce. Okay, there is e-commerce. And these are the broad branches of business and finance. Okay, so then you can add as many of these interests that make meaning to you as possible. And if you're selling health products here and here, will make a lot of sense for you. So let's remove business and finance, remove personal finance. Let's see what's under personal finance in the first place. Okay, we have consumer banking, blah blah blah, including personal investing. So here we come to the opposite is to remove this and see. Okay, so we cannot afford to run 3 million impressions per day. Okay, so that's why we're trying to narrow down the number of people that see we're targeting. All right, so medical is 1. Then there's healthy living somewhere. Healthy living. All right, still too low. Okay, so let's remove this. But then if you're promoting health products, these are the interests you would want to target. Okay, so you can't inflate the interests just because you want to. So I'm just speaking randomly, not specifically. Okay, so where is that business and finance again? So business and finance. All right, so we go to business and finance. So, okay, our quota here is done. So now it's asking you to exclude. So you can decide to exclude certain interests from this amber. So by doing this now, you're reducing the potential reach also. Okay. you can see it's affecting the population, or rather the audience size, as per daily impressions reach. Okay. All right. That's that for audience targeting. Then this also is part of the targeting. So we want to pick the sentiment, but it's not compulsory anyway. It's not compulsory, so you can skip it. All right. It also affects the size of your reach, your daily reach. So let's continue. Now, how do you want it to run? You want it to be unlimited. It keeps running. The budget is not regulated and all that. So this will also mean that both people you want to see your campaign and people you don't want to see your campaign will get to see it, all right? So you'll spend more. So what you do here is to fix a budget, regulate your budget, or regulate your clicks. For clicks, you can choose. For clicks, you decide whether you want the ads to stop running after gathering a specific number of clicks, or you want yes, if your campaign has gathered a certain number of clicks, you can now pause here. The ad will stop for the day and then continue the next day. Then for budget, the same applies to the budget too, the daily budget. Okay, so it's telling us that our CPC cannot be below 2 cents. So let's just pick 2 cents now. So that is the highest, the lowest here. So daily budget limit cannot be below $25. So do you want the traffic to be bought evenly daily, or you want it to be bought randomly? So daily budget limit is $25. Overall campaign budget, let's say $500. Okay. So now buy traffic evenly during the day. This also depends on your budget and your plan. All right. This depends entirely on your budget. Okay. So how do you want it? If you pick this, all right. If you pick this, what will happen is that your campaign will run for a specific amount out of your budget per hour. So let's say if you're picking $25 now, then $5, and you want your campaign to run for 24 hours, roughly you're spending $1 and some cents per hour. $1 and some cents per hour. But if you decide to leave this off, then your campaign can run the whole $25 in 12 hours. Okay? You can run the whole budget in 12 hours, and then it will stop running for the day till the next day. Okay? So now let's proceed. Now you want to decide when the ad picks up, whether you want the ad to start running immediately as soon as it is approved, or you decide when you should kick off after it is approved. So once it is approved, you can, and you're not using the automatic option, you are using the manual option, you have to come into your account and then pick what works for you, the time you want the ad to start running. Or better yet, you can pick automatically and then pick a schedule. So let's say, for example, this campaign I wanted to start running on 17. You can leave the end date out. Then how do you want the ads to run? Is it 24/7, or you want the ads to run on specific days for specific hours? If you want it to run for specific days, specific hours, you pick this option. If you want it to run 24/7, you pick this option. Then once you're done with this, you continue. Okay, we're going to be tracking with a pixel. Using pixel, you have to pick how you want to set up your pixel, whether you want to use Google Tag Manager or you want to use the manual setup option. So let's use the manual setup option. Okay, so now that you're done, you can create up to 3 conversion goals, blah blah blah, and all those things. So these are just setting parameters essentially for your tracking code. That is your pixel. So you can, let's look at this is other confirmation. Thank you. These are the ones I created in the past. Okay, so you can create another one and create a new goal. But these are the ones I created. Now, if you create this is for the thank you page, of course. This also is for the thank you page. So, alright. So what you do after setting up the new goal, you copy your pixel code. Alright? Copy your pixel code. Then for the link, you can also set this up if you want to. It's not as if it's important. You also see this in Facebook ads, but it's not always important. Okay, so let's proceed to publish. Of course, you can skip tracking if you don't want to track. Alright, so since we already have one here, so let's just use that one. Alright, campaign has been created. So the next thing is your ad. Create your ad. Alright, so you enter URL. Enter URL. Enter your URL. You can enter a variation if you also want. Then what is your ad title? Ad test. You can also enter a variation, the name. Alright, this particular AI text generator doesn't really work at the moment, so there's no point working with it. Then you can either upload, if you already have your product images, you can upload them here, upload it here, or you just go to stock gallery or use the AI image generator. Okay, so now we go to image. Let's look for weight loss. Okay, weight loss freelancer. Let's see, we're going for lead generation now. Freelancer. Okay, so let's use this. Alright, so let's see for video 2. Alright, so you can pick any of these options and then you are all good to go. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that you can set up as many ads as many as 100 ads per as many as 100 ads per campaign. Okay, so when you're done with setting this one up, you click on save. You click on save. I wouldn't know why this is not working at the moment. This option here for description and call to action, they don't seem to be working. But what, in any case, this is what you need to do to set up your ad on MGID. Okay, so this particular ad is now set. But since we don't want it to start running immediately, we can actually put it off. Okay, we can pause it. So when the campaign is approved, we can come back and set it up. Even if we leave it on, there is no money in the account to get the ad to start running, so we are still safe. All right, we are still safe. All good to go. Ad lifetime is so. Then you can also, once the ad starts running and you start gathering information, you can create additional ads that will rotate, and for that you can come here under CTR guard. Okay, before we do the CTR guard, or we look at CTR guard, once you have set up your campaign, the place for you to see your metrics is here, the dashboard. Okay, the dashboard. Here is telling us why not enough balance. Add more funds to run this campaign. Okay, so let's go to ad guard. So once you start receiving metrics for your campaign, that is the number of clicks and so on and so forth, you can also come here and select you can come here and create additional ads that will be rotating on your campaign. So if after some time, let's say you will be able to pick set the campaign that will take over the ad that will take over from the currently running one. This will also give you more room for testing the creatives, doing A/B tests of your ads. All right, so I believe, okay, and this is where you set up your retargeting audiences. All right, this is where you generate your invoice, and here is where you generate your reports. Campaign overview by date, campaign performance by widget or source, and then performance by creative. So here you're able to pick, understand what is working and what is not working. So I believe that this will help you set up successful ads, successful campaigns on MGID. And I look forward to sharing a new testimony. Bye.